The Orphan Harp came about a couple of years ago. I was on tour in the Pacific Northwest, and I was in Seattle, which is home base to harp and hammered dulcimer makers Dusty Strings. And as we were going through the workshop, there were this one corner with rows and rows of pieces. And I asked Ray Moores, who's the owner and the head craftsman, I asked him, well, what are those? And he said, oh, those are the orphans. And that just so intrigued me. I'm like, what do you mean? And he said, well, we build our harps, each harp from one piece of wood. Sometimes when we're ready to build the harp, we find that some of the pieces are unusable, whether it's how they look, they're just simply ugly, or have a big knot somewhere, or have a weakness, so they're not going to be usable. So we throw that part out. And then we have all these good pieces left, but they don't match anything. So we set them aside, thinking maybe someday we'll match them up, but we never do. And so those are the orphans, and they're too beautiful to throw out, and they represent, quite a monetary investment. And so I was like struck by lightning at that moment. And I said out loud, whoa, wouldn't it be so cool to build an orphan harp from these pieces? I would love an orphan harp. And, we started talking about it and getting excited about the idea. So it took a year and a half. It was a year later that I actually got photographs of harp possibilities. And then it was another 6 months before, which was just this last February, before I actually got the Orphan Harp. So the top part of the harp, when you look at it, it's that beautiful curve on the top. That is a gorgeous maple. And the pillar in the front, which on my Celtic harp, style harp, is bowed out in the front. And that's maple, but there's a piece on the very front of that, which is made of bubinga. The sides are made of the bubinga as well, and the back is made of black walnut, and then the staves, which cut in on each side, are made of maple. So we call them the racing stripes. And then the soundboard is this beautiful bird's eye maple. And when the harp arrived, I called Seattle to let them know that it had arrived safe and sound. And I said, and that gorgeous bird's eye maple soundboard. Wow. And they said, yeah, we didn't have an orphan soundboard, so you got an upgrade to first class.